The fact that you've kind of been brought up within these four walls here and you've been protected, I don't think you're going to be hard enough.
I just want to try it. I just want to see what it's about. If my dad can do it, why can't I do it?
That's what I thought you said. Now let me offer this as a rebuttal.
There is no way he's getting up from that. That is the face of shock and awe there.
Meet Chris Eubank Jr., a boxer I'm sure many of you at home have heard of or even had the pleasure to watch live at some point. But for me, this is one of the most interesting careers to watch unfold in boxing today.
And I'm telling you that this man is going to be better than Floyd Mayweather Jr.
The son of a legend, a young Chris Eubank Jr. always had aspirations of reaching the heights of the boxing world his father did, but a troubled childhood almost put an end to it before it even began. A common misconception for non-British people would be to assume life outside of a rough London borough such as Camden or Hackney could lead to a fairly easy upbringing, especially for a wealthy child like Junior. But when you have a very famous father like he did, kids are likely to test you on occasions, and your overall status as a young rich kid can make you a target from the get-go.
Background till everyone's like gone past, and it is quite embarrassing. Like sometimes when I go to school.
Street fights, gang culture, and a disregard for education left Eubank Sr. no option but to send his son to live in America to get away from all the potential distractions as he started out early training to become a boxer.
I was sent to Las Vegas to train with world champions, top professionals from the age of about 17. Mike McCallum, Floyd Mayweather Sr., no holding back. Get in there, do what you can do, and if you can survive, then maybe we'll give you the time of day.
Within a short space of time, Junior began boxing on the U.S. amateur circuit and became the Golden Gloves champion of Nevada after just 6 fights.
Down for 1, 2,
After a very short and successful amateur career, Eubank decided to hone his skills in the professional ranks, taking it step by step, slowly learning the craft his father perfected so well a couple decades prior.
He means business tonight. This is going to end right now, I'm thinking.
little pose there with the elbow sticking out.
Oh, that's quality. Oh, great shot, lovely shot. And that is it, fight over. Left uppercut, and he's knocked him cold.
You know, I'm the real deal. This isn't a joke, this isn't a gimmick. I'm using that top belt technique to take these guys out.
Look at his shot. Terrific hand speed. He means business tonight. That's it. Too good, too strong. He's ready for bigger tests.
The level of competition for the first 2 or 3 years was uninspiring by everyone's standards. No one doubted the ability and natural talent he possessed, but it's hard to gauge a young prospect while they're continuously fighting boxers that can only be labeled in the journeyman category.
Eubank Jr., he bashed up 15 road sweepers, and then he earned the shot. No, he didn't even earn the shot with Saunders. He got the shot with Saunders, luckily, because of his name.
While Junior was knocking over tomato cans, a young man by the name of Billy Joe Saunders was out proving himself to have no match in the domestic middleweight division.
He's having a close look at this. He's on unsteady legs. It could be going to end right here. It has in just a matter of seconds. A brilliant display of power punching from Billy Joe Saunders. So last few seconds of this eighth, and that's a good run from Saunders. Let the boys in Big Joe, it's all over.
Sometimes in boxing, all it takes is 3 or 4 words in an internet interview to completely change the path of your career. And that was certainly the case for Chris Eubank Jr., as I remember this clearly being the first interview where he was asked for his honest opinion on Billy Joe.
Is a fight with Billy Joe Saunders something that appeals to you?
Definitely.
Do you think you can beat Billy Joe Saunders?
100%.
Do you rate Billy Joe Saunders as a fighter?
I rate him British standard for sure, but you know, the kid's got nothing that I couldn't deal with. You You know, I've seen him, decent hand speed, decent power, but you know, I put him away in probably 5 or 6 rounds.
At first, this seemed nothing more than just a bit of internet beef, but Billy Joe Saunders isn't the type of guy to take those comments lightheartedly. Within a few short weeks, a barrage of insults and callouts came at an unprecedented rate, with some stuff being far too graphic for us to show.
Way to a press conference, and the old ain't even turned up. That's what he is. Honestly, he's running scared. He's a little. That's all what he is. He's a little, and his dad's the same. Matter of fact, I think at boarding school he got. I think because he went to boarding school. I think him and his brothers got mentally done something to their head. That's what I think.
As you would expect, the fight grabbed tons of attention from the British media, and especially the fight fans. The bookmakers' odds reflected the barbershop talk. People were impressed with the explosive style of Eubank, as opposed to the fundamentally sound Saunders, but there was only one way to find out who was the better man.
And let's not forget Billy Joe Saunders, the southpaw. How well will Eubank cope with that? That's another nice body shot from Saunders. Outboxing him right now. Oh, good shot. Not quite where it was. Oh, it's a good shot. Lovely right hand. Imploring Saunders to throw the jab, to box him. Eubank wants to make it into a brawl. Has to try and take him out.
He's throwing everything but the kitchen sink.
Hasn't landed the big clean shot. There he does. Great uppercut. Saunders takes it.
He is still undefeated and still the British, European and Commonwealth middleweight champion, Billy Joe Saunders.
Looking back and analyzing the fight, it's clear to see why Eubank had such a hard time accepting the defeat. For the first time in his career, he tried to box to orders while getting convincingly outboxed for the first half of the contest. Strangely enough, as soon as he told his trainer to back off while at his corner between rounds, he came out firing on all cylinders. Game plan out the window, he wanted to break Saunders down with pure aggression and raw stamina. But he left it too late, and the right man got the decision.
Well, you best watch it again, because you're the only man who thinks you won. I think you need to watch it with the sound on, mate.
I don't think so.
I think you need to watch what I was doing instead of watch what you was doing.
At the end of the day,
staring me out.
The rematch is on the table.
You're the only man who trying to give you a bit of advice in the corner and tells him to shut up.
The rebuild process came fast and efficiently. 3 months later, he picked up an interim world title from Dmitry Chutinov, once again showing an incredible work rate to stop his opponent in the final seconds of the bout. At this point, Eubank openly admitted to be training himself. His father and mentor Ronnie Davis gladly accepted the role of training camp overseers, getting in sparring partners and just making sure camp life is everything to Junior's liking.
He spars, he can do everything. And if people knock me in his father, he don't need to be, he's there. He knows what to do. He knows more than the trainers. He's brilliant. The kid, you can't show him nothing. He's got more moves than Pickford's the furniture people, right? The kid's exceptional. He's got power, stamina. He throws 25, 30 punches. He's not even breathing heavy. Watch it.
Chris is one of, if not the only, high-level boxer in the world that trains every day all year round. This has been documented on his Snapchat for a while, and whether you think it's a good thing or not, no one can deny the supreme physique and conditioning levels it brought him. After his loss to Saunders, Eubank stopped his next 6 opponents in a row while making a definite improvement on his competition.
Absolutely a mismatch. Eubank struts away. Job done.
Junior is currently a participant in the World Boxing Super Series tournament, which has seen him progress through the first round with an explosive knockout over Avni Yildirim. He now has to face, on paper, the best fighter in the tournament in George Groves, someone that has been involved in some mega fights in Britain over the years and is also a current world champion. I assume many people would have read the title of this video and expected it to be some sort of criticism, but I think you can read it in 2 ways. I'm not saying Eubank is doing the right thing by listening to no one and training himself, but it certainly makes me more interested in seeing his career unfold. After all, he is undoubtedly one of the best showmen in boxing today. He lights up arenas with his playful taunting style and then lights up his opponents with an aggressive combination punching. I'd be interested to know your opinion on Chris in the comment section below. Is he a fighter on a destructive path, or a fighter on a path of destruction? Chime in and let me know down below. Until next time, fight fans, this is Boxing Legends TV, signing off.